Major grace, major grace, major grace. Major grace, major grace. I just took a break from the daily Dragon Slay to come on, give you some grace for free. I don't do live often, so the Philly cat in me. I kind of follow a code of don't speak a lot, but when you speak, let it have value. So I'm a big advocate on that. Everything I say, my mouth has immense value. I don't speak a lot, but when I do, it would behoove some people to pull a notepad out. So, a lot of beautiful things coming up, a lot of things happening. An intimate moment with Charles Kellam, my talk show / podcast. In this modern space, y'all say podcast. I don't particularly like that term. It adulterates the experience of what I provide, because what I give is a lot more than podcasting. I give a lot of healing. I give a lot of insight, perspective, and a lot of deep wisdom. Even though my face doesn't show the features of a wise man, is in there. I've been through a bounteous amount of experiences with, just the human experience in life, relationships, friendships. So I'm very, I'm very particular about taking notes and then like kind of reverberating those notes. That's kind of what you've been seeing with the intimate moment. So I'll be shooting 2 more episodes this week. Happy Resurrection Day to everybody else, belated. And shooting 2 new episodes. Shout out to my team who's helping that come into fruition. Also got funding for my first action film. Got some beautiful funding. It's called The Black Jason Statham. Written, directed by, executive produced, and starring myself. We got an all-star cast. Gentleman named Alexander Nunn. He's been in a slew of, action films, does his own stunts. Of course, myself, Charles Kellam, been in the Book of Game, a slew of other independent and small film projects. I have Kevin Nias, brilliant actor. He's in a film called Stupid Crazy. He was in a film called, he was actually in the Book of Game series, which we pitched to HBO about 6 years ago. HBO optioned a series that I wrote, original series that's loosely based off a book that I published about 13 years ago, The Book of Game. I'm an interesting dude. And the book, Getting a Major Edge, is the acronym of GAME. So I produced a series, an original series based off, kind of a web series based off the book, and HBO optioned it for about 2 years. And then we ended up putting it out independently. So, Kevin Nias, he's in that. So, The Black Jason Statham, it's about, it's a film, an action film, my first action piece, which I'm really excited to. Hold on, my director's chair. I use director's chairs, my bar stool chairs. So The Black Jason Statham is about, it's about, so the log line is, and basically an ex mercenary or assassin is hunted by his former cohorts for fear that he may expose their sinister recruiting regimen. So the Black Jason Statham is a man that has turned a new leaf. He's turned a new leaf, and he was an assassin, trained assassin, but he found out some of the wicked ways in the recruiting of. He realizes, I'm not going to spoil the whole thing because then somebody, Ryan Coogler or whoever, they'll basically just get on here and steal my movie for free. So I'm not going to give out too much. But the movie is brilliant, written by me. He finds out that he was never given a choice for this life of being an assassin. He was, for lack of a better term, kind of born into it. And he gets to a point in his life where he wants to reclaim his life back. So he's just living his life, and then he realizes that he's on the hunt because the organization, it's called PNX, Prenatal Executioners, and they basically have a process of recruiting really, let's just say really early in life. So he reclaims his life back, so his ex-cohorts hunt him down for fear that he's going to expose the organization and bring a lot of light. Basically, the information that the Black Jason Statham has will dismantle the organization forever. Yeah, I'm really excited. We're in pre-production right now. We're waiting for a few pieces to come through. We got the funding. We have a few things with casting. I need a couple more. Casting for a love interest for the Black Jason Statham. I have all the action. I have the crew. Well, not the crew, but I have the cast. Oh, excuse me, I'm cooking oxtails. Hold on. I gotta throw the bay leaves in there a little bit. So cast is pretty much fully cast. Shout out to Ugly Paul. Ugly Paul is my producer. She's my best friend, and we made a pact that we would work together on any and everything from beginning to the end. And so she'll be producing. She's out in LA, but I'm in Phoenix now. We'll be shooting in Phoenix. Just really excited. Like I said, we got the funding for it. I actually have a particular offer on deal on the table for a series, the Book of Game series, that I again wrote, produced, directed, and starred in 6 years. If you're not on YouTube, check it out. Look up the Book of Game series while it's still free, because Tubi or some other network may be buying it really soon, within a month. And also we have the talk show, which is we've having some talks about selling that, exiting from that as well. But in the meantime, in the interim, I'll be shooting that again, 2 episodes this week. So a lot of creative things cooking. It's a blessing to design your own life, and it took me a long time to get to this point. For basically, I'll wake up and do whatever I want to do every single day of my life. There's no greater feeling than that. For anybody out there that's stuck in a job, or you feel like you're stuck, or you just fare the middling. You just, one foot in, one foot out. You're trying to be creative, but you also trying to pay the bills. I have this saying I came up with, I think I was in high school, but God don't give a shit about your bills. All he cares about is what he gives you, the talent that he loans us, the grace that he loans us. I say when God gives you artistry or gives you something to create, it don't have to be super artistic, just a business. If you have a business idea, that's grace given from God. It's an idea. It didn't come from you. It didn't stem from you. It didn't originate from your your finite knowledge. So just lean into that. Trust the process more. And sometimes, well, I don't know when my next check is coming. I don't know when my next check is coming. But I tell you what, I haven't worked for anybody since 2018. 2018, 7 years ago, is when I went balls to the wall. And I've been doing just fine. I do a lot better than a lot of my friends that are slaves. You know, that's not to brag, and I'm not a millionaire yet. I'm probably months away from that, but I don't really care about bread. The scriptures say whatever you believe, the universal scripture says, God will provide for the birds every single day. The birds wake up and they have full confidence that they can get a worm that day. They don't need refrigerators. Birds don't need refrigerators. They don't store up, all the worms that they can. They wake up with full confidence that they're going to get a worm for the day and they'll be fine. So that's how I live my life. I live my life like the birds. I created. I'm the director of my own life. This script. God wrote the script. I'm just living it. I'm just acting it out. Just remember that nobody designed you. You designed yourself. Nobody designed you. You designed yourself. So have that cooking. I'm really excited about the Black Jason Statham. Again, first action film is really going to showcase the world my abundant acting abilities, my breakout star power, and we have a really a cool budget that makes it. And I'm really excited to do some action. I'm really fit. I'm in really great shape. I take care of myself. I'm actually fasting right now. I'm actually fasting. I'm making oxtail for tonight, but it's 10. I probably won't eat till like 7, eat or drink anything till about 7. Because I just like the way my body feels when I'm fasted. It just kind of gets, I drank a ginger ale yesterday and it didn't really agree with my system. So I really just want to kind of let my body burn out that. And I had a few pieces of candy yesterday too. So I want to fast that out. I did a workout and when you fast in conjunction with exercising, it like elevates your body, your metabolism starts going, and it really starts burning that stuff that you don't need. People think they don't like fasting because, I don't like the feeling of hunger. It's not actually a negative feeling. It's your body just feeding off of the negative stuff first. Starvation is when your body starts to feed off the good stuff. But fasting is when your body starts to burn the things that just not really serving you. It's just like in your inner line colon. You got a lot of free radicals and stuff from things that it probably might be a cheese pizza, a pepperoni pizza you ate 4 weeks ago and you still suffering from it. It comes out in the form of acne. It comes out in the form of lethargy. Don't get me started on that. But I usually break my fast with papaya seeds and avocado and honey. That's what I usually break my fast with, and tonight will be no exception. So like I said, I'm on a 48-hour fast, so I'll be doing no food, no water until nightfall. And what else I got cooking? Let's close it on this. Every man should, every woman too, but I don't generally need to talk to women about this. Every man should have their signature fragrance. It's just mandatory. All right. And, I'm cool if a man hasn't, elevated his game yet from synthetics to authentics, authentic oils. I'm cool with that, cause not everybody's a fragrance snob like myself. I didn't used to be that way, but in Creed changed my life forever. Once you start smelling natural ingredients and oils and things, you're not going to go back to Chanel Blue or YSL or Aqua DGO or, you know, Jean Paul Gaultier. You're not going to do that. Once you get into PDMs, which is Parfum de Marly or Le Labo or Creed or you know, Oud for Greatness or some of these like authentic fragrances, you're not going to ever want to go back. So I tell everyone who doesn't have, or all men who doesn't have a signature fragrance, tread lightly, you know, because once you go, it's like wearing custom. Like I only wear custom everything, you know, everything I wear, all the clothes that I put on my body were custom made for me. This shirt, this is a Fruitful Rooster. You know, this was from my first collection. It says, the fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and the one who is wise saves lives. To be the rooster is uncompromisingly ambitious, responsible for the early rising of his peers. That's what this says. And that's, you know, I'm a rooster. I get up sometimes 1, 2 in the morning and be wide up. There's nobody that's going to beat me up. There's nobody that's going to be more creative than me. Not that it's a competition, but I'm really tapped into what, you know, the grace that God gave me. So anyway, every man should have a signature fragrance. It's not negotiable. Every man should have, when I say signature fragrance, that's the fragrance that is you're known for. You know, I'm really into fragrances that are not aggressive. They don't just bop you in the head. Like, you know, Baccarat Rouge is a cool fragrance. It's a little bit not a little bit. It's a lot bit overdone and overused. It's a great fragrance, but it's aggressive. You know, I don't want them to smell me when I come in the room. I want them to smell me when I leave. You know, I want them to notice my absence. I don't want them to because my presence is already heavy enough. My presence is already, you know, dominant and graceful. So I want them to smell me when I leave. So I wear another 13. It's Le Labo. It's if this is probably my 7th bottle I've ever owned, maybe 8th. It's if you haven't smelled it before, it's ozonic. It's reminiscent of like petrichor. Petrichor is the kind of the natural perspiration that comes from the ground right before a rainstorm. You know, think of like a summer day when the rain just hits the ground, and then that condensation that comes up is called petrichor. The best way I can describe another 13 is petrichor. It's the highest. It's the most complimented fragrance I've ever owned in my life. Not that you particularly buy it for compliments, but it's special. It's special. If you have a Le Labo boutique, or you can go online, you have access to the internet, which everyone, pretty much 5-year-olds have now. Check out another 13. Just, you owe it to yourself. Get a sample. You know, the boutiques give it away, give the samples out for free. They give you 4 or 5 of them so you can try it for a couple days. This is my signature fragrance. In fact, so much so, I don't smell it anymore. I don't smell it anymore because I've been wearing it that long. It's my signature fragrance. So my body, you know, your body goes into survival mode where, you know, men are designed to be able to like fight bears and go out and hunt and get their kill. So when we have fragrance that are unnatural to ourselves, your body will block it out because we're supposed to be able to like smell a fire close by, or you know, smell, you know, some fresh chopped wood from a beaver or something. So I'm in full survival mode. I don't even smell this anymore. The next fragrance I have, this is a very special one. This is also Le Labo. This is a city exclusive. City exclusives are just that. They have boutiques all around the world. They have boutiques all around the world. And the way it works, you can either buy You can buy the fragrance in the specific city of where the this particular fragrance is hosted. In this particular case, this is Tokyo. This is Gaiac 10. Very rare. It's like Gaiac wood and leather, and there's nothing that you could put in a bottle that would smell better than this. Gaiac 10 is the God juice. It's the God juice. Now you can buy it in boutiques once a year in America in September, only the month of September, or you'd have to go to Tokyo for the rest of the months from September 30th to August 31st. You have to go to Tokyo to get this. So for those real connoisseurs that know, if you know, you know, Gaiac 10 will get the panties. This will remove panties immediately, if not sooner. It's technically unisex. Zalt Le Labo prides himself will have unisex fragrance, but Gaiac is it's heavenly. I'm gonna give you another fragrance. This is my other secondary fragrance. Hold on, oxtail's cooking. Hold on. So price point for another 13. This is part of their standard everyday collection, Le Labo, which is French just for laboratory. Everything's sustainable, eco-friendly. It's like vegan brand. They don't use real animals. They don't test on animals. So I think that's a cool feature. I like the simplicity of the bottles. I like that, it's just a nice bottle. It's not like shaped like a hawk or, angel wing or something like that. They don't, no gimmicks. They just give you the juice. That's what I want. Don't give me a bunch of gimmicks. Just make the juice in the bottle amazing. That's it. I don't need nothing else outside of that. So that said, price point is about $3 and some change for the 100 ml for all those that live in Europe. For America, that's 3.4 ounces, which is the size that you can actually travel internationally without a problem. So they won't confiscate this. 100 mil is you're safe with that. 3.4 ounces, you're good. You're in about the $320 a bottle for another 13. Definitely an investment, and it's going to last you a long time. A little bit goes a long way. Not strong, but also people are going to smell you not so much when you come in the room, but when you leave the room, because the sillage is so beautiful in that. Very aquatic, very similar to like a petrichor, ozonic fragrance. Similar, Gaiac 10 is a city exclusive, so city exclusives do run in the 510, 520 range. But again, you can only buy these once a year, unless you really got it like that, and you can just go to Tokyo a couple of times and re-up. But you can only buy this in Tokyo if it's not the month of September in America. They also have other fragrances. They're going to have to pay me for this ad, Le Labo, but they got Amsterdam is one. They got Los Angeles has its own fragrance. Mexico City, Hong Kong has one. Berlin has one, which is actually called Cedrat. That's going to be my next one next year. Unless, the plan is probably to get to Berlin by summertime and just get it there. Speaking of Cedrat Boise, my mother bought me this. She gifted me this a couple years ago. I may actually apply this today, either this or the Gaiac. I'm gonna wear one of those based off my mood. Actually, I'm more like in the Gaiac mood today. So I'm gonna splash this on. I usually just do bow, 2 behind the ear, you know what I'm saying? And then 1 on the inside of the arm, left arm. For some reason, I always do the left arm, I think because I'm left-handed. And then I'll come 1 right here, bow, right on the abs. So that's my process. Right ear, left arm, because I'm left-handed, and then left ab, bow, because now it permeates when I move. You might say, well, what about your right side? It's going to go. When I walk, it's going to all connect, because it gets in your blood anyway. So I don't really put it on my right side, only right here behind the ear, behind the nape of the neck. So left, right, left arm, but I do like a flooded spray where I kind of push it back so it hits like right this area, like where the blood flows in the arm, and then I pop it on the left side of the abdominal. And for some reason, it just goes all around my body. You know, everybody like, oh, I'm gonna hit the block, the hair, under the hat, and all that. No, you don't need all of that. Matter of fact, I might take the Cedrat Boise and do one right on the right arm, you know, and that's it. I'm good. I'm good for 2 days. And if I wear this shirt tomorrow, I'm really good, you know, because the sillage, you know, you got really, really high quality ingredients in there, and they're not going to falter, for sure. So every man on the planet should have a signature fragrance, the signature, your secondary, and you should have your tertiary, you know. Worst case scenario, if finances are an issue, just get a good signature. That's it. You don't need like a big collection. This ain't the 90s where everybody need a dresser full of, you know, Versace blue jeans and, you know, Issey Miyake. And no, just get you an authentic, you know, oil-based fragrance that's solid. And less is more, as my grandmother says. Shout out to Jackie, Mom Easy. Less is definitely more. And when you got a fragrance that smacks and it does the job, that's it. The job is done. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go out into the world. I gotta get some leafy greens and some vegetables and go create something. So look out for my film. We're in pre-production. I'll be keeping you posted. We'll be doing you know, some BTS for shooting. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it because we're gonna do essentially 5 short films. Each one is called Doctrine. So Doctrine 1, Soliloquy, we're shooting. That's a very fun scene. It's a face-off at a bookstore, and the Black Jason Statham, Jason, my character, he's meditating. You know, he's just building and learning and teaching himself and realizing that he needs he's reprogramming his mind after basically escaping, not so much escaping, but abandoning this organization that he's been in since he was a small child. So he's finding himself again. He's finding his purpose again. And his ex-cohorts have been given the order to destroy him because the information that he has, very esoteric knowledge, can basically dismantle this organization, which is we'll find out, a very evil organization. And Jason, he has some evil ways too, which you'll learn, which he's reckoning with. So it's going to be a fun piece. I'm excited to give this piece of art. I'm excited and grateful to the Lord for giving me the visions. I'm grateful for my cast, my crew, my team, everybody that supports the Charles Kellam brand, whether it's my authorship, whether it's my talk show, whether it's my film, whether it's my modeling, whether it's my clothing line, whether it's my image consulting, whether it's, you know, my poetry. whether it's my painting, anything that you support of Charles Kellam is highly, thoroughly appreciated. And for all those that wear Fruitful Rooster or have purchased a custom piece or a custom suit or something from the runway, thank you. I love you. You're keeping me alive. You're keeping me afloat. Major grace to you. And I'll be touching base with you momentarily and giving you more grace. So less is more. I don't do a lot of these, but again, when I do it, it's going to be highly valuable. So appreciate you taking notes.